Here we're going to review how to solve proportions. Again, you've already done this in middle school, usually starting around 6th grade, maybe 5th, depending on the year you went through there. So, first of all, one thing we would do in middle school is we would simplify the ratio. So 8 over 6, and one way I'm showing the dividing by 2 over 2, which you can do, by the way. Both of those are divisible by 2, so I can really say 5 over x is 3 over 4. Okay? So simplify the ratios if possible. Then get a common denominator. So here my common denominator will be 3 times x. If I have 3x here and 3x here, I can get a 3x from both x and 3. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom on the left side by 3 over 3, and the top and the bottom on the right side by x over x, which gives me 15 over 3x equals 4x over 3x. Since the denominators match, that must mean that the numerators have to be equal. So I can just take this top part and set an equation because these are already equal, these have to be equal. As an example, let's say I told you that a number over 7 equals 3 over 7. What does the number have to be? It has to be 3. So if the denominators match, then the numerators need to match. So there's my new equation. Okay, step 4, solve for the unknown. So since I have 4x is 15, I can divide both sides by 4, and I get a fraction as my answer. 15 over 4. Don't freak out, we are allowed to have fractions as answers. And improper fractions are actually usually easier than mixed numbers. Unless I ask you for it, leave it as an improper fraction. So here's an example that we're going to solve for x. So I have 2x over x minus 7 equals 24 over 6. Well, my common denominator, the easiest way to get it is just multiply both denominators. By the way, I just noticed I could have simplified that. But I didn't. So I worked the whole thing out with big numbers. So x minus 7 over x minus 7 on the right and 6 over 6 on the left. I'm getting 12x over 6x minus 7. I'm not going to worry about multiplying this out because I'm going to have the same denominator on both sides. Equals 24 times x minus 7. 12x equals 24x minus 7. Then, because I'm just saying since the numerators are equal, the denominators have to be equal. Then I can go ahead and distribute this 24. 24x minus 168. Then I'm going to subtract 24x from both sides, which leaves me with negative 12x is negative 168. Divide both sides by negative 12, and that gives me x is 14. By the way, I could have had 4 over 1 here, and then I would have just multiplied that side by 1, and that would have been 2x equals 4 times x minus 7. A little easier. So if you want to try it that way. So what are the steps involved in setting up a proportion? Why is it important to get a common denominator when solving these? And you've probably heard of cross multiplication. That's really a shortcut for something I was doing. So see if you can see the link.